In a bustling city, there was a well-respected Buddhist monk named Bhikkhu Ananda. People from near and far looked up to him for his wisdom, kindness, and the peacefulness he shared with everyone. His lessons about being kind and staying aware were admired all around. Bhikkhu Ananda lived in a small monastery nestled amidst the noisy streets of the city. On the other side of the city, there was a young man named Arjun. He was known for being incredibly smart. Arjun had gone to really good schools, and he had a very sharp mind, but his intelligence made him act like he was better than others, especially those he thought were not as smart. Arjun lived in a grand house that overlooked the bustling city, and he often looked down on people who didn't meet his standards. Arjun's grand house, perched on the hillside, overlooked the bustling city like a fortress of wealth and knowledge. His impressive academic achievements and razor-sharp intellect had set him apart from his peers. While his intelligence was undeniable, it had unfortunately become a source of pride that led him to believe he was superior to others. Arjun was quick to dismiss those he considered less intelligent, often belittling them with his words and actions. He thought that his exceptional mind gave him a rightful place above the rest, and he looked down upon anyone who didn't meet his lofty standards. One day, Arjun heard of Bhikkhu Ananda's wisdom and decided to visit the humble monk. He believed that he could impress the monk with his vast knowledge and, in turn, gain recognition as the most learned scholar in the city. With a chest full of pride, he made his way to the monastery. Arjun entered the monastery, and after some time, he was finally ushered into Bhikkhu Ananda's presence. The monk was sitting serenely under a Bodhi tree, his eyes closed in meditation. Arjun, impatient and eager to showcase his intellect, loudly cleared his throat, expecting the monk to acknowledge him immediately. Without opening his eyes, Bhikkhu Ananda spoke. "Welcome, young one. How may I assist you?" Arjun couldn't hide his arrogance and responded with a scoff. "I have come to challenge your wisdom with my vast knowledge. I am known as the smartest scholar in this city, and I have no doubt I will prove your teachings to be lacking." Bhikkhu Ananda, his eyes still closed, remained unperturbed. He recognized the young man's pride but chose to respond with patience and humility. With a serene smile, he said, "I am delighted to engage in a discussion with you. Let us begin." As Bhikkhu Ananda opened his eyes, there was a calm in his gaze, as if he had witnessed the passage of centuries. He welcomed Arjun's intellectual challenge, not as a threat, but as an opportunity for both of them to learn from one another, recognizing that wisdom could be found in the exchange of ideas. Arjun, overflowing with confidence, embarked on an extensive and intricate discussion about philosophy, science, and literature. He articulated his arguments with eloquence and fervor, certain that he would impress the humble monk and prove his own intellectual prowess. Bhikkhu Ananda, the embodiment of patience and humility, listened to Arjun attentively, not interrupting or displaying any signs of disagreement. As Arjun reached the end of his lengthy discourse, the monk spoke softly. "Thank you for sharing your knowledge. Now let me share with you a simple truth." Bhikkhu Ananda's gentle response was like a soothing river of calmness flowing through the heated exchange, a reminder that wisdom didn't always reside in the grandeur of one's intellect, but often in the simplicity of one's heart. Bhikkhu Ananda's hand reached out to a vase beside him, from which he plucked a single lotus flower. Delicately, he held it up for Arjun to see, its petals glistening with purity and simplicity. He spoke with a kindness that resonated in the still air, his words weaving a tapestry of wisdom. "Just like this lotus flower," he continued, "knowledge and wisdom are meant to be simple, beautiful, and pure. Your intelligence is indeed a gift, a beacon that can light the path, but without the grace of humility, it can become a thorn that pricks the heart." Bhikkhu Ananda's words were like drops of wisdom, falling gently into the still pond of Arjun's mind, creating ripples of self-reflection and understanding. As Arjun gazed at the lotus flower, a subtle shift occurred within him. For the first time in a long while, he felt a twinge of doubt, a moment of introspection. He realized that he had become so captivated by the grandeur of his knowledge that he had, unwittingly, lost sight of the simple and profound beauty that wisdom embodied. In Bhikkhu Ananda's gentle words and the pure elegance of the lotus, Arjun discovered a valuable lesson about the power of humility and simplicity in life's most profound aspects. Bhikkhu Ananda's words had a profound impact on Arjun, altering the course of his life. Inspired by the wisdom and humility he had discovered in the monk's teachings, Arjun began to visit the monastery regularly. He sought to learn not only the value of humility, but also the significance of using knowledge, not as a pedestal to stand above others, but as a bridge to bring peace and understanding to the world. In their meetings, Arjun and Bhikkhu Ananda forged a deep and lasting friendship. The once arrogant scholar found himself transformed, his intellect now guided by the wisdom that had been shared with such grace. Together, they worked to share the teachings of kindness, simplicity, and mindfulness throughout the city. Arjun used his considerable knowledge not to boast but to help others. He mentored young students, shared his understanding of complex subjects, and became a mentor to those who aspired to learn. Bhikkhu Ananda's influence extended far beyond the walls of the monastery as he continued to touch the hearts of many with his serene teachings. The story of the humble monk and the once arrogant scholar served as a living testament to the transformative power of wisdom and humility. It taught that true wisdom wasn't solely confined to intelligence, but was found in the humility to learn from life's simple, profound moments. Through their friendship, Bhikkhu Ananda and Arjun brought enlightenment and compassion to all who crossed their paths, reminding the city's people that the greatest knowledge lay in the simplicity of the heart and the embrace of one another.